Your team is doing really well for me, by the way. These guys are good.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're good.
Actually, the day before yesterday, I was scrolling Slack channels. So I saw your name. And so I thought, let's do a Zoom call with Tim because it's been, I think, 2, 3 months. We had a Zoom call, right?
Yeah. So,
Uh,
yeah, over 3 months.
Actually, it's very common nowadays because 60% of our clients are old clients. Like they are working with us from 6 months or more than 1 year. So they don't ask for Zoom calls and all of these things very often.
No,
So
because everything works. If it works fine, there's no reason to talk about it.
uh,
Yeah.
sometimes I ask, would you like to do a Zoom call? They say, no, everything is going good. They and their teams are already in the Slack channel. So they ask question, we give them answer, and that's it. I think it saves time on both ends. So that's good. I remember our first meeting. You mentioned you were already running credit repair campaigns, right? So I just want to ask, what sold you to join us when you were already running credit repair ads?
That's a good question. So first met your team, I was already running ads for one of my clients, a credit repair client, and I thought was pretty well, but I was also doing a lot of work myself and spending a lot of time in Ads Manager, figuring out targeting, figuring out how to get the best CPL, CPAs, all that kind of stuff, and or CPMs, and it is a lot of work. And then on top of that, I'm also communicating with my client and with his appointment setters daily, and that took a lot of time. And then after we started working together, your team was outstanding in the fact that they came together, they helped put together the system that, and what was cool was, since I'm very familiar with Managed Chat and the chatbot system already, and the way that my clients like to communicate with their customers, I went into Managed Chat, and together your team and me put together systems for each client to help them nurture their customers to bring them back into a buying relationship. And so that's really cool. But the most important part, I think, is just that, um, as far as ads management goes, ads management, targeting, and just media buying in general, your team has gone above and beyond what I can do. And I've been running ads for a long time, since one of my clients has been my client for almost 6 years. And that's a long time in the marketing world. He's with the help of your team, I was able to back off a little bit from the technical aspect of it and jump into client relationship. And that allowed me to build my business a little more and get more clients. And I think I've got a couple more clients that you guys are handling for me now. And so that in and of itself, just the technical aspect of you guys helping me out it was super cool.
Thank you. And what has exceeded your expectations since working with us?
I'll tell you what has exceeded the expectations is, I know it sounds really funny, but it's the amount of leads and the quality of the leads. So when I was running ads myself, we were getting leads for my client, but not as many, and the quality may not have been as well. So again, I'm going to go back to that targeting and the technical expertise of your team did really well, or is doing really well with respect to targeting.
If there's one word you could describe your experience with us, what would be? And what would you like to tell someone who is considering the same kind of services for his business or her business?
Absolutely. I would say to anybody who's on the fence, whether or not to hire AB and his team, I would say just go ahead and do it. Just to be able to take the load off of my shoulders and push all that technical stuff onto another team is great. It saved me so much time. I just go ahead and do it.
What will be the main reason, like why you recommend our service to anyone?
Okay, let me think about that for a second. Good. I would say the main reason that I would choose AB and his team over anybody else is just hold on. So a couple of reasons. The one is your guys, I'll tell you, when I can't remember, Gerline, is that her name?
Yes, Gurleen. Yeah.
When she changes ads, when she does changes, I'm amazed at how quick leads come in. Because when I do a change, man, it literally is 3 or 4 days when things start happening. It's a ramp up. So she does a really good job at that. I feel bad when I have to ask her a question. Like, hey, because I just had one of my clients wants to target a specific state instead of the whole United States. And I said, okay, let's do a test. And we had leads were coming in right away. And that in and of itself, her expertise is awesome. That was really good. And I know I'm not answering a question, but I'm just letting you know that. So the reason I would choose AB and his team over anybody else for marketing is they're quick to get things up to speed, and they are very intelligent with respect to targeting. And overall, you have a higher ROI.
Thank you. Thank you. On a scale of 1 to 10, like how likely is recommend our service to anyone?
On a scale of 1 to 10, do you want me to say 10? I'll tell you what, I'll just leave it open. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would recommend AB and his team way up there, simply because their results speak for themselves.
Thank you. Are you satisfied with the results, support, and with the technical aspects?
Has way exceeded my expectations, and I'm super satisfied with the results so far. And we've only been working together for almost 4 months, so it's been really good.
And that's it. That's it. Thank you
Great.
so much for giving me your time. Thank you so much
You bet.
for trusting us, be with us. And I hope this business partnership will go for at least few years.
Yeah, I hope so too. And so hopefully, if the world doesn't crash in the next few months, hopefully it'll be okay. You never know, economy.